written is wrong. Back then, a lack of reliable communication led to errors, as did suppositions and stories told by those with their own agendas. But even now, facts I've taken from the coroner's inquest, typed up from handwritten notes by forensic anthropologist Andrea Simmons, transcribed from contemporary witnesses and thus accurate, are misrepresented in newspaper and magazine articles, not to mention on websites. Even reading the same story in 2 or more different papers of the time isn't verification. Sometimes a story would go out on the wire with errors, and it would suddenly spread throughout the country. Large papers in big cities that could send their reporters to Porte, and local papers near where the crimes occurred often excelled in their coverage, others less so. Researching this book, I also relied on historians and scientists who tend not to make speculative judgments. I cross-referenced newspaper sources and read interviews with those still alive when such books as The Truth About Belle Gunness by Lillian Della Torre, a noted crime writer so famous and respected that her obituary appeared in the New York Times, were researched and written. For more about the missing men and women, I read the papers from the towns where they lived, as they often did extensive stories, including interviews with the grieving families, and contacted the local libraries and historical societies to dig for more information. While this story is written as narrative nonfiction, any material within quotation marks or set as an excerpt has been verified as the exact words spoken or reported. Belle liked to write letters. It was how she lured men to her farm. I've read the letters still in existence that were translated from Norwegian, provided to me by journalist Ted Hartzell, who came into their possession years ago. Belle had a cruel and arrogant sense of humor. According to Catherine Ramsland, professor at DeSales University in Pennsylvania, who has written extensively about serial killers and has studied the letters, when Belle refers to smooth and evil people who are up to fraud and tricks in one of her letters to Andrew, she must have taken such delight in saying that, knowing what she herself was up to. Again, this is classic sociopathic behavior. People like Belle enjoyed their own ingenuity and deception. The joke is on the victim who deserved it for being such a dupe. She even has a little joke, funny only to her, writing how he might work himself to death if he stays here. Here's another sick joke she's said to have played. Her hogs were prized for their taste, though it must have turned quite a few stomachs when Ray Lampier revealed that she sometimes diced up body parts and put them out into the pig lot. And her sausages might not have been wholly made out of pork. Imagine her sly, superior smile when people complimented her on the taste of her pork chops and sausage. The joke, again, was on them. They were stupid. She was smart. She was Belle Gunness, all-powerful and impossible to defeat. And she was for a long time. But maybe not forever. Belle, if all the stories are true, meets the criteria, according to the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, 5th edition, for someone who has an antisocial personality disorder, ASPD. People with this disorder are incapable of understanding others' feelings, often use mind games or manipulation to control friends, family members, co-workers, and even strangers, show a lack of regard for others' feelings, and are capable of violating the rights of others. Other characteristics of ASPD that fit with what we know of Belle include doesn't respect social norms or laws, consistently breaks laws or